Greetings and salutations, Pokemon fan. Back with more fantastic SPL gaming. And today we are looking at Finchinator against Starmaster. Starmaster was the most expensive player, I think, in the whole tournament, or at the very least in the black and white pool, but he's been struggling a bit. A couple of unlucky games, a couple of things didn't go his way. It's just the life of best of one player in black and white, especially when where the games go so fast that if you lose two turns, then you're kind of screwed. As for Finch, he's been really doing well in black and white. After a shaky start in Gen 8, he got sent back to the black and white mines and he's been owning so far. Let's see if he can keep it up. Okay, so what do we have here? Hippodon, Clef, Skarmory, Reuniclus, Kitran, Latias. I believe this team is posted on the black and white forums. Um, so this is surely a choice. As for Finchinator's team, Latios, this is a pretty normal Sun team, so pretty normal looking. Right. So the nice thing for Starmaster is that, I believe this team is posted on the forums, but there's no EVs on say the team, so that's it could just ask the person who posted it for the EVs, but even if you don't, it's pretty obvious, right? It's special defensive Hippodon. I mean, you could maybe make it physically defensive. It's a bit not great though, because you have Etron, right? So Volcarona you don't care about, but in general, special defensive is just done much more versatile. Max defense Calma and Reuniclus, probably max defense Rocky Helmet Skarmory, because yeah, these teams are very weak to Excadrill, so you kind of need that set. Ethan is Balloon Magma Storm. I don't recall the exact move set, but it's probably Grass move, Dragon Pulse, and the last move I don't know. Sometimes it's Taunt, sometimes you do like HP Ice, Air Power. Ice Move is nice because it kills Lando and Gliscor, and especially nowadays with many Landoros going specially defensive. Like, it used to make less sense because a lot of Landoros were max speed, and well, one, they would almost die to Magma Storms, and so Ice would be mostly for Gliscor. It's Dragonite too, obviously, and Latios, but Dragon Pulse does the same job well enough, and they also have a max defense Skarmory, so on this type of teams, I would expect more grass move. Grass is nice. It's Politoed and yeah, Rotom Wash, which the latter especially is quite annoying for this team. Yeah, you have Clef, but it Volt switches on Clef and then goes Tita and pursues you, and it's a bit of a turn. Latias, they're usually called Burberry, T-Wave, Surf, Draco, Recover, and I don't see why you wouldn't do that here. The transport move here could also very well be, say, Will-O-Wisp. So you, a lot of teams, if you have both Fair Power and Will-O-Wisp, a team like this has no real switching into the Citran except for the Tita, right? But then you Wisp it and it's great for the Uniclus. Although you really need Ice move if you want to do Wisp, and I think Grass move is better on this, so it's probably not Ice Wisp, but it's Grass. Last move, Taunt, Toxic, Sunny Day. Sunny Day is pretty funny, but it's not the worst, even though it clashes with Hippo, but if you if you manage to hit a it's very hard for Rain actually to beat Sunny Day Etran, so there's that. But I don't think it's a Sunny Day here. I'm just expecting something like Toxic or Taunt. Probably Taunt. Speaking of Etran, there's an Etran on Finch side, and I think that's also Magma Storm, Grass Move, Dragon Pulse Taunt. it makes sense, right? You really need to hit Rotten Wash with this Itran on this team. Like, it's crucial he hit Rotten Wash hard and fast. And so, in my estimation, this is also a grass move. Right, so, well, you lead Hippodon, because you kind of beat everything except Ferrothorn, but you have a team immune to spikes, pretty much. And your Hippodon's health doesn't super matter. So even if your opponent gets all spikes up, which, I mean, it will happen, you cannot stop this from happening with this six. You have to assume you're playing versus full spikes, but that's okay, because even if Hippodon comes in on spikes, it's whatever. If you play well, you can keep it around for a bit as well. So that's nice. And you get rocks up, which obviously are great against Mospin, Latios, Itran, Lando, and Titar. And then you can go Skarmory, Spike, Whirlwind, and if you get a couple decent Whirlwind rolls, your Whirlwind almost wins by default. So that's nice for Starmaster. I give him the matchup advantage here. As for Finch, you probably lead with uh you still want rocks up ace up, so probably just lead Landos and just click rocks on the hippo. Like you can lead Ferro and click spikes, it's kind of the same-ish, but I mean, does it matter? You can Rockster 1, U-turn, turn 2, and go Ferro, like the first few turns don't really matter in this matchup. At least not the first like four tours, because what will happen is basically both players will set up full layers. You can maybe consider to not go for max layers and try instead to prevent your opponent from going max layers. But it's not a serious. I don't think it's a serious game plan long term. Like eventually Skarmory will come in and get one spike, and then the whole idea of stopping spikes is just moot, right? So yeah. Starmaster though has to be very careful of Zam, because Psyshock Zam kind of strong into this. If it's Psyshock Blast, but that's a pretty rare set. Right. Let's see how the game plays out. Immediate clef lead. Adios. What? Um, okay, so Latios is a nice lead in the sense that your opponent, like, you can trick turn one and your opponent has no real switch in, right? So that's cool. So even if you lead into a Hippodon, but do you trick turn one into an Hippodon? I don't know. I guess that was the idea. Yeah, it's Scarf, right? So you would trick into Hippodon turn one. That's okay. Um, this is a decent trade for Finch. Although Clef, it's fine. And now we go back to the standard broadcast of rocks. You turn into Ferro, and yeah, Hippo has to stay in. Because if you switch out, your opponent gets to not send Ferroton out, but you want Ferroton to come out. Yeah, just there, 15%. And now you scare me, spike. T-Wave, sure. Spike. Etran. I don't like this. For the exact reason I said earlier. I guess you don't care about getting your own spikes up, but I would personally. Etran, and then immediately it's left is Skarmory, okay. Etran is Balloon, as expected, but you switch to Skarmory, right? Oh, you stay in, I guess you knock. Right. Latios leftovers. Nice. Latios is surfing here, right? You can go Reuniclus. Even if it Dracos, it doesn't do that much damage. It's Ice Beam. Okay. You see Ice Beam sometimes. It's for a late game Gliscor, but it's your late game Gliscor insurance because else Gliscor kind of solos your team. So yeah, I understand. I mean, it's a once every 50 games thing, but alright, so Latios is dead. Clef is not quite dead yet, but close to dead. Anyway, a big threat has been removed. Right. On Pharaoh, you always go Skarmory. You cannot risk losing Heatran's Balloon because you really want it up. You also don't want to take too much damage in general to make sure you don't instantly die to Zam. Spike, just spike, spike, spike. Is it not Leech Seed Pharaoh? It has to be. Yeah, it is. Okay. Whirlwind is a bit dangerous because if you pull Itran out, you heal it, although I don't think you care too much about Itran's health. Because you have a Latias, so you can just hard Latias. The alternative will be... What is the alternative? No, I think you have to Whirlwind. I mean, if you get anything out that's not Itran, you're pretty happy, I think. Exactly what I was saying. Anything but Hitran. I mean, this is a minor annoyance more so than actually a problematic turn. It's basically heal from rocks, but yeah, you go Latias and everything is fine in the world. Okay, your play here is to recover. Hard T-Wave. No, T-Wave is better, yeah, because it is Dragon Pulse and it does too much damage. Right. Reuniclus, do you Calm Mind? I think you do. Okay, and now you switch out to... you can recover actually once, just to check what the Zam is up to, or you know, you get confused, but that's okay because you didn't hit yourself. Mm. And there it is. Quite lucky. Signal Beam has a 10% chance to confuse. Hmm. Okay, now we have a low Reuniclus against a healthy Titar. And so you're playing the Pursuit versus Crunch game this turn. There's no other. You have to, as the only clues, you have to engage in it. Do you switch out on the Crunch or do you stay in on the Pursuit and recover? Um, if you recover on the Pursuit, then you're in a pretty good spot. If you switch out of Crunch, you're still in a decent spot. Bit worse, but that's fine. Okay, he switches out. It looks like Finchinator crunched. Okay, yeah. This is a fine outcome. Like, it's okay. All right, if this is where we need put on actually, it kind of owns from here, but it's always rock slide, right? Okay, we have a minus defensive put on the field. Kind of shaky. All right, you turn. I think you slack off. Oh, it's Ice Fang. Right. It is Ice Fang. Yeah, Hippo is kind of strong here as well. If you have to, Ice lack off here. Yeah. Right, this looks like left is so standard-ish. You have to switch out because you are at -1. Just Finch read it and U-turn. No, but it's whatever. Okay, but what if you Brave Bird here? You lose because your opponent crits you. Okay. Okay. You don't lose because you got full parad, so no recoil for you. You have to roast. As Heatran comes in. Mm, Paralyzed Heatran. Magma Storm. 75% full para chance. 75% accuracy. How accurate is this Magma Storm? 56%? I don't know. Around there. I mean, you have to switch out anyway, but something to consider. Okay, Magma Storm, Flash Fire activated. Oh, very nice pivoting by Starmaster. Oh, except he gets crit. Oh man. Wow. This is very bad, because you could have recovered the Reun and then played another 50-50 with Titar, but even if you lose it, it's fine. This is a mega disaster now, because it's still winnable. Hitran is still quite strong here, and so is Hippodon. As for me, it's whatever. It's probably better to miss here. Less damage on Hippodon. Okay, 25%. Power Whip. You should miss. Yeah, you're kind of stuck here with each other, which some people would hate, some people would love. This is the stuck in the elevators kind of situation. Okay, Lich finally lands, which means Pharaoh is going to heal a decent amount. 15%. Yeah, you have to switch out. Zam is kind of low as well. Whirlwind, if Titar... No, you don't care anymore about it. Oh, Zam heals. This is kind of annoying, actually, and I'm going to tell you why. Right, so at -1, Hippodon does not necessarily kill Zam from here. So if land intimidates Hippo, Zam can attack it twice and kill. That means killing it. And so this is kind of a bad like roll, but I mean it's Whirlwind, right? Okay, is fire moves Zam. You probably switch out the Tran. No, 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 you must stay in. Okay, Dragon Pulse broke the balloon. You switch out here to Hippo, probably. You want to keep the balloon. Because without balloon, you take too much damage from spikes and then you go in some range way too fast. Does Hippo win from here? Wait, 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 wait. Okay, use Luck off here. Your opponent does 0 to you. Like, unless they click Magma 10 times, but they will miss or full para, right? Okay, you have Ice Fang, and Pharaoh will take full Hazard's damage. Tita is completely useless. Hippo does kind of win from here. Again, it's the intimidating to Zam roll that kind of stings, but I think you're fine because you have a million suck slots anyway. Alright, this is the luckiest Titran ever. You do not deserve to eat so many while paralyzed. Come on, man. It's just stupid. This game is stupid. Alright, so let's see. You just stay in, just Ice Fang. There's no point in switching out. Okay, 31. Ice Fang will do 46%. Freeze. Okay. Um, annoying, but oh, annoying, but absolutely nothing happened. Nothing ever happens, someone will say. Well, it's just Ice Fang's lack of, Ice Fang's lack of, Ice Fang's lack of. Okay, for misses, for the better, because that means you don't take Iron Barbs, which I'm not sure it matters, but it sure is nice. Okay, Zam comes out. You probably sacrifice Clef or Skarm, sure. Either or. You can maybe consider saving it, just go Etron here. It's a nice play, for sure. Okay, it worked out. Nice. Now you force Finch to toss Titar, probably. Or Etron. Yeah, one sacrifice anyway. Yeah, Etron is better to sacrifice, probably. Okay, Dragon Pulse. Oh yeah, no, you save Titar because now you can use it to force pop the balloon. You just, oh, is this max speed? But then your opponent switches. I guess no, you can just click Fire Blast, that's fine. You don't need the balloon anymore. And miss. But now you don't kill Titar anymore with HP Grass. Oh man, what a sad game. Uh, Crunch Superpower. Go Hippo and slack off. Just in case. Right, Ice Fang. Or do you go? No, you switch because you don't want to get an Earthquake crit because then it's just instant loss. Okay, nice Clef. Yeah, if you went Skarmory on the ice move, you died with rocks plus. Yeah. Okay. Now here you go, Hippodon. Hippodon does not die to Grass Knot from here. It does 75%, so you can just Earthquake. And against Lando, you slack off once because you need to be at full health. And then go Skarmory. Should you go Skarmory? Well, the issue is that if you, okay, and this is exactly why that Zamon Leech Seed was bad, because I think it's a roll now instead of guaranteed kill. Yeah, look, Zamon healed what, 12% that turn, and look at his health. Hmm. Well, what can you say? One player hit all magma storms while paralyzed. The other one couldn't hit a single fire blast and got crit like twice. So what do you want me to say? Best of one Pokemon. Let's go. Keep it up, man. What was there anything that either player could have done better? Probably, but uh, mm, no, I think most was well played by both. But and this is a very hard matchup for Finch, right? So like, it makes sense that he needs things to go his way to win, because Reuniclus is kind of tough for this, and so is Etron, really. Mm, yeah, no, there's not really much to say. But what if what if you switch Hippo out of Zam at the end? No, I need to see how much health it leaves on though. Nah, it takes too much damage. If you switch out, then you take rocks and spikes, and that's minus 20%, and then you just die. So no, that's not possible. Yeah, you survive with 13%. Nah, that was not never happening. Okay. Anything else? No, right? I mean, this was decided by fate, right? You will win and hope it doesn't go the way it went. You click Magma so well paralyzed and believe in yourself. You click Fire Blast and miss and then lose Citran and it's like, oh my gosh, that sucks, man. Although I believe Etran will be pretty much dead anyway, because 57%. It will take 25 next time, so 32% versus Zam depends on a few things. Actually, no, this Zam does not have Focus Blast. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, not much else to say, right? That's just the game we play. Accept it or not sign up like I do. The enlightened archer versus the the peasant gamer. I don't know, something like that, right? But yeah, that's it. Um, Good job both, and see you next time.